If you're a cancer survivor, you likely know the fear that the disease might be back whenever you experience the slightest ache or pain. Anxiety and depression are common emotions among patients given a clean bill of health, yet they're rarely discussed. Some call it cancer PTSD. That feeling often lingers because of the impact from the original devastation they felt upon hearing the words, "You have cancer."
For most of us, we don't have any signs or symptoms of cancer, and that diagnosis comes out of the blue and sends us into instant shock and fear and panic and disbelief.
A successful marketing executive, Cynthia Hayes, thought she was healthy. Then a routine pap test revealed an aggressive gynecological cancer.
I needed a radical hysterectomy and then 6 months of chemotherapy. It was a very disorienting experience.
The treatment worked, and doctors told her the cancer was gone. For Cynthia, however, the emotions associated with her disease remained.
We go back to being fearful because, again, our bodies betrayed us. We can't trust that we're going to know if the cancer is back.
She found out she wasn't alone after doing her own research involving cancer doctors, mental health experts, and hundreds of survivors.
I was surprised at the degree to which cancer was an emotional diagnosis as well as a physical one.
That revelation led to her best-selling book, The Big Ordeal: Understanding and Managing the Psychological Turmoil of Cancer.
We're all struggling with loss and with a sense of identity that we need to recapture as we are coming out of the experience.
To do that, your body needs help. Her advice: start with an anti-inflammatory diet, eating vegetables, fruits, healthy fats, and clean protein while staying away from sugar and processed foods. Exercise also improves emotional well-being, as does easing back into stressful responsibilities.
It's so easy to think that, well, okay, now I've got to make up for I was out of the office for 6 months, or I wasn't pulling my weight at home for, a period of time. I've got to make up for it.
Talking through your emotions can also help.
Most hospitals and cancer centers have psychosocial support or supportive care or palliative care. And all of those resources are there for you if you ask for them.
You can also find a variety of online support groups, and a growing number of churches provide cancer ministries. This helps participants grow emotionally and spiritually.
I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to go back to the church. I'm going to do whatever it is that I haven't done because I've been so focused on other things. But now I see that now that cancer has taught me so much about what's important to me.
While no one wants a cancer diagnosis, I've heard from some who received successful treatment and processed the associated emotions in a healthy way. They've told me how facing death put life in proper perspective and became the best thing that ever happened to them. Lori Johnson, CBN News.
Well, the big C is not cancer, it's Christ. And we need to look to him rather than cancer. I might say you're looking at somebody 30-some years ago. I had a diagnosis. I had all those numbers, I had a Gleason of 7 and a PST of whatever it is of 4, and it was it. Anyhow, they said, you've got cancer, prostate cancer. I said, well, it's one. Well, they said you can go to MD Anderson, you can get injections, you can get this, that, and the other. I said, cut the thing out. I mean, let's not talk about it, let's cut it out. So they said, okay, they wound up cutting it out. And so it's gone, and 30 years later, I'm here praising the Lord. So, but anyhow, this thing is called The Big Ordeal. Cynthia Hayes, Understanding the Psychological Turmoil. People just get freaked out when they say it's cancer. But I think there are a lot of ways you can do it, and Laurie talked about some of it's the same sort of diet thing that you have with everything else. Apparently, most of the problems we have in our bodies is caused by inflammation. And inflammation, the cancer cells will feed on that. You can also starve the cancer cells. And so, anyhow, let's stay healthy, and let's praise the Lord, and let's have a wonderful 4th of July. And you can get the book about Cynthia Hayes if you want to, and let's be Big C, Christ, okay, not cancer.